Good morning, everybody. Do you know what? This is what I like about doing Bedroom Guru, right? Because I'm sitting here, just woke up, and I'm in my bed. And I'm like, doesn't matter because that's what part of your stuff is. You can do your card reading, but you can also do yourself sitting in bed. And I was laying here, and as I normally do every morning, I do my three things that I'm grateful for. And I did those, and then I put myself in a really happy, positive frame of mind for the day. And then I was thinking that it was Mental Health Awareness Day yesterday, and I was going to write out a whole load of stuff on Facebook. I thought, well, why don't I just talk it through on here, because it's going to be so much easier rather than type. So that's what I'm doing. And I was thinking about what happens when the nights start to draw in, it's getting dark really early now, isn't it? And it's just going to get darker. And I think, especially for me, when I was going through my severe depression when I was really ill, the darkness was just a complete nightmare. And for people that are obviously waking up when it's pretty dark and miserable, and then they come home and it's dark and miserable, I can imagine that even if you don't have mental health issues, it's a bit depressing, can't it? So I just wanted to give you a few tips of what I do to embrace the darkness, if you like. Embrace the darkness. So, as I say, I automatically do things in the morning to get me in the right mindset. And I know that some people literally have to get up, get the kids ready, get them to school, or you've got to get up and get to work. So I've got a luxury because of working from home, that I can pretty much chill out and set my day up, hence burn essential oils, do my gratitude, and have a look at my crystals around me, but you haven't got time to do that, have you? So perhaps you can't do the morning things. However, you can do 3 things you're grateful for just as you're waking up or cleaning your teeth, and I know that people say, well, what's the point of that? It just basically gets your mind into that positive connection that, well, everything's pretty pants. However, I've got this. And by just concentrating on anything positive does change your mindset. It really does. What I do is that it's like, for instance, I've just looked out the window and it's just miserable and raining and pants. So I don't know if people naturally do this. So, if I'm teaching you to suck eggs, then fair play. But I just sat and thought, oh, what can I do that's really going to make me feel good today? Because it's like raining in its pants. And I just think about things that I could do indoors. Like I plan, well, I know it sounds really weird, but I'm like, I'll put my washing on and make sure I get that done. And I think what I'll do is I might tidy that little bit up, and I might do that. And rather than make them look at, what I'm trying to say is, rather than look at chores that you do indoors as, oh God, I've got to do them, I see them as little victories that I've achieved. And I know, again, for people that do this every day, they're like, what are you talking about? For me, it's massive because I never used to be able to do anything at all. So to be able to put the washing on, and perhaps I'm thinking, oh, I'll give the dogs a brush, give them a little essential oil spray, just silly little things that I actually try and make as a positive thing to do. Does that make sense? So that you're thinking, yeah, I'm achieving things, rather than, oh God, I've got to do that because it's the same old crap that I've got to do every day. So I look at them as, yeah, that's a productive chore. I've got to take a jumper back. I bought the jumper last week, right? And I really liked it because I've lost weight. I have to keep buying new clothes when I get money come in because everything's too big. God, I never thought I'd say that. Hallelujah. And so I had half an hour, so I popped into Sainsbury's. I've got some lovely clothes in there at the moment, commissioned from Sainsbury's. And, I thought, well, if I'm still losing weight, I don't really want to spend loads of money on clothes. So I went in there, bought a jumper, and then I came back and I went to put it in the wardrobe, and I already bought it last week. So I obviously liked it that much, I bought it twice. So I thought, I'll take that back, and then perhaps I might get a different coloured jumper. And then I thought, yeah, I'm going to do that. So I've kind of set up little plans for the day, even though they're Miagra and pants and rubbish. There's something I can look forward to. And in my Take a Break magazine's just come through, so I can give that a read through and look at my little my article in there. So that makes me feel good that I'm writing. Look, there we go. Village of the Damned. Dun, dun, dun. That's quite a good one, actually. So then I think, oh, I'm really proud of myself for doing that. And then I'll read that through. And then I've got another article to write for... oh, it's Take a Break Again. I've got to do the new Psychic Detective today. And then I'm going to do an email reading. And so they're all things that what I'm trying to say is, even if they're like really rubbish chores, look at them as a productive thing that you've done today, that you've achieved. You know, for when you're doing all that stuff you're running around for today. And I know it's hard, but it's tricking your brain into thinking that you're doing things that you want to do. Also, rose quartz. I know I keep saying about this, but rose quartz, just chuck it in your bra, or gents, if you want to chuck it in your pocket. Again, it resonates positivity, it filters negativity, it just gives you that little boost, you know. And I don't need to put it in my bra today because I'm very, very happy. However, I think I might do anyway, just to keep adding that positivity and keep embracing all that energy that comes through. So then what happens is you go out, you do your work, or you're picking the kids up, whatever you're doing, and you come back and you're wet and you're crap. So what I do while I'm out in that kind of weather is I think, oh my God, I can't wait. I'm going to get nice and snug. I'm going to put my nice little winter socks on, and I'm going to get something comfy on. And then I start planning, you know, when I'm out doing what I'm doing in the rain or whatever, I think, oh, I wonder what box sets I can watch tonight. And I know, as I say, we've all got different lifestyles, but then I think, right, I think I'm going to do that. I fancy a really good drama. So I've set up like my entertainment for night if I'm not going out or doing anything. Then I think, oh, I'm going to get all those lovely candles out. So I light scented candles. I've got some lovely cinnamon ones. I know it's a bit early already, but I'm like, yeah, get the cinnamon on. And I light the candles. I have all my bright lights put on, and every candle that I light, I dedicate that to someone up in the spirit world, or perhaps to an angel. So I light those. And so when I sit in the environment, I look around me and I've just got sparkly candles everywhere and sparkly fairy lights. So I've created a really nice environment around me. And then I light tea lights in my selenite, which acknowledges the angel realms. And then I light one in my rose quartz. And then I've got all different ones there that I put a little light in, so that I feel like, yeah, I'm being looked after. So I'm mindful of everything I do when it's getting darker, because I try and embrace the darkness by putting light everywhere. Does that make sense? And so I have those all lit up, and then I know that I've got something lined up that I'm going to enjoy watching. And then what I also do during the day is I think, what would I really fancy to eat that I really would enjoy? And I know it's very easy for me because I'm on my own and I can do whatever I want pretty much. And I know that, you know, you've got children and family to consider, but then just think about, well, what would be really nice to eat? What would be really nice? And then perhaps a cheeky glass of wine with it, if you want that. But it's all about looking at things that make you feel happy, or you think, oh, I'm looking forward to that. And then I think, and later on, I'm going to have a lovely Epsom salt jacuzzi bath, and I'm going to bubble in that, and I'm going to put a nice soft, you know, clean dressing gown on, and I'm going to chill out. And it's all, and even though these are everyday things, I talk them into almost like a seduction. I almost create like this, oh, when you're going to do that later, what a treat. Do you know what I mean? Perhaps have a couple of chunks of chocolate after dinner, nice cup of tea, you know. And it's just changing your mindset to doing these things that make it feel like you're treating yourself, make it feel like you're enjoying your day, making it feel like you're doing things for you. And I don't know how it works, but I don't know if by doing these positive thought processes on everyday things that it releases dopamine, or it makes you feel like you're doing something special. But, you know, it just seems that it seems to work for me. I get excited about the fact that I'm going to be able to light my candles up when I get home. Do you know what I mean? Does that seem weird? To me, though, it just keeps the positivity flowing. It keeps that positive mindset that you're doing things that you like doing, you know. And then obviously I think about the weekend and what I'm going to get up to. And if everything's rained off, that's fine, because I'll find something to do indoors, you know. Perhaps I'll write or polish up my second book, or I'll do some adult colouring, or anything that just, you know, relaxes you and makes you feel good about yourself. And if you've got kids, you know, there's plans to do something with the kids, you know, rather than them upstairs on their computer games, you sitting downstairs bored. Perhaps think of something to do with them, you know, to make the day more exciting. It's all about positively charging everything you do during the day with the positive slant to it rather than the negative. And I find now that because I've implemented it so much over the past, it just naturally happens now, where I think, oh, that'd be nice. And it's like, that would be nice. What, sitting down planning what you're going to watch the telly when we do that every day? That, do you mean lighting candles? What's good about that? It's just implementing the positivity of, oh, that's a little treat. Does that make sense? It helps me anyway. You know, I don't know if it will help you, but it certainly helps me. You know, and I bought my favourite flowers. Well, I love roses, but I do love my lilies as well. And I thought, oh, I'll definitely have some of those. So I know that when I walk into the kitchen, I can smell the lilies. It's just creating sensory pleasure, if you like. So, you know, it's something that smells nice. The candles smell nice in the lounge. The candles look nice. I adore candles. I love just watching the flame. And just tiny little things like that make me feel really good. I don't know if this is helpful or not to you, but, you know, I'm very much aware that... as I say, you know, when I suffered with really severe depression, it was like another knock that nature, you know, dared to make the evenings dark. Oh, that's typical. I'm just going to sit in the dark now all on my own and it's raining. But now I'm like, yay, I can cozy up, watch something good, light all my candles, have a couple of bits of chocolate, you know, and I just changed my mindset. That's all I'm asking perhaps you should do on a couple of things a day. The more you do it, the more automatically your brain will do it. And it's like I sat here and thought, I'm going to put some washing on. Oh, and I made a celery juice. I've had my celery juice in the morning, and that's good for me, so I'm glad I did that. You know, and it's just about changing everything that you do on a daily basis and getting the positive out of it. Half full rather than half empty. That's how it works, okay? So, yeah, I just thought I'd share that with you. This is my little thought for the day. It's my little thought for the day. So... be positive, guys. Don't let this, you know, the dark weather and all the rubbish weather get you down. Just try and find a positive in everything you do throughout the day, whether it's work, whether it's kids, whether you can't work, you know, whether you're off sick, whatever it is, find ways to positively feed your mind, body and soul throughout the day. And before you know it, you'll be doing it automatically. Anyway, I'll leave you with that thought process. And I'm going to, what am I going to do now? I'm going to start doing my psychic detective, I think. Yeah, I'm going to have a little write. So take care and I'll speak to you soon. Stay positive, guys. It's just a beautiful change of season. Bye now.